I'm heading off to one of my cozy cabins. With not much work on my plate, I intend to simply unwind and relax this time around. Today we will be using my newly crafted burner. It can use up to 4 fuel canisters and can be used for both heating and cooking. I've placed the plywood temporarily to prevent the countertop from getting too warm, but I'm confident it'll be fine. Additionally, I have an empty shell oven that can be placed on top of the burner for baking. Let me show you how I made it. So a lot of you who have seen my previous videos know I'm a big fan of using bed frames. I prefer using bed frames because they're often available for free. Whenever someone purchases a new bed, they're typically advised to get a new frame, leaving the old one discarded on the curb. And if you're in need, you can usually find them at a thrift shop for around $5. So that's what we're going to be using for today's project. I will cut the bed frames into smaller segments, then I will weld them together to create the burner. Bed frames are thin enough to cut easily, but thick enough to weld nicely. I'll use the grinder to remove any burrs. It also gives me a better welding surface. I'm using a standard stick welder to melt the metals together. Another thing you're going to learn from this video, I'm not much of a welder. My buddy who owns a hardware store provided me with some plastic dip to protect the counter from scratches caused by the burner. While I'm not particularly fond of the yellow color, I suppose beggars can't be choosers. So now we're going to make the fuel canisters. All we're going to use is a standard quart paint can, and we're going to use an alcohol to burn. As the wick, we're going to use just a standard roll of toilet paper. First, we have to remove the center core. And that baby should slide right out. Now, we're going to have to take off some of the toilet paper here in order to make it fit inside the can. But we're going to save that for later because we're going to take this and put it back in the center hole. Now we're just going to scrunch the toilet paper roll down. Squeeze that baby right into the can. And when we open it back up again, And now we're just going to work the center core right back into the center of the can. And now we're just going to add alcohol, and we're going to fill it all the way to the top of the toilet paper. Now anything that's above the alcohol level, that's going to singe a little bit, but the toilet paper won't actually catch fire. It's just going to act as a wick. And this is going to burn for quite a while. We should be able to cook on it. We can produce heat with it. That's basically all there is to it. Now this is going to produce an awful lot of heat. And the easiest way to shut it down is just put the lid on it. All right, we've returned to the cabin with our oven and stovetop. I obtained a Coleman camp oven from a garage sale for just $5 about a year ago. Unsure if I'd ever have the opportunity to use it, I couldn't resist buying it since it was brand new. If you're interested in getting one, don't pay full price. These things have been manufactured for more than 50 years, so you can find them just about everywhere for cheap. So I think we'll start with just one can of fuel to give it a try, and if we need to get more heat, then we'll put them both under. Starts right up. Well, the can's not warm at all, and I guess that's what I would expect, because we only want the heat coming out the top end. So I made some pastry crust. What we're going to do is wrap the little smokies inside the pastry crust to test out the new oven. Boy, this thing's putting off a lot of heat, getting a little bit toasty in here. Looks like the temperature's about 400 degrees. I think we're ready to start baking. Oh, those babies look just about perfect. The oven seems to work fantastic. It was able to maintain temperature, no problem with the heat. The can never even got hot. And now all we have left is to distinguish the flame. Lounging on my porch at the cabin, I enjoy a laid-back dinner with my favorite IPA. Everything seems to slow down as I escape the chaos of day-to-day life. Before I hit the sack, I'm going to take a walk down to the lake. You couldn't ask for a better night. It's a little bit chilly out here, but there's not a cloud in the sky. So we're in a little bit heavier brush right now, but once we get past this, this is where the lake is. While I value the secrecy of the trail, come spring, I plan on bringing my saw and tree pruners to slightly improve the trail. We got a lot of snow this year, which brought down an awful lot of these trees. By midsummer, the lake feels as warm as bathwater, perfect for evening swims. Every summer I bring my kayak out here. There are 2 deep fishing holes where the trout retreat when the water warms up, making fishing a breeze. I have to remember to only take what I intend to eat. The lake is absolutely gorgeous and serene. Time seems to slip away in these peaceful surroundings. And if I wasn't yabbering right now, you could hear the crickets and the birds singing. Today was a nice slow-paced day. It seems like every time I come up here, there's always work to do, and sometimes I need to come up here just to relax. The test of the new oven worked well. I used isopropyl alcohol 91%. Now I had to leave the window all the way open. So I think next time I'm going to switch to denatured alcohol or else ethanol because it's a little bit cleaner burning for indoors. I also won't have to leave the window all the way open, which will be a lot better in the wintertime when it's really cold. I'll see you in the morning. I always sleep so good here. I think it's now time to get up, make some coffee, and make some breakfast. My dad says the automatic coffee maker ruined coffee forever. You owe it to yourself to experience the rich flavor of coffee brewed in a percolator. For breakfast, I was going to make a country scramble, but I forgot the sausage and cheese. So I guess it'll just be scrambled eggs and potatoes. I really do love coffee from a percolator. This is so good. Food always tastes better up at the cabin. Well, so long till next time. I hope you enjoyed the video.